Okay, so in the last lab, we have discussed the 23rd program that was to read the five persons height and weight and count the number of persons who are having height greater than 170 and weight less than 50. And then I told you that then in today's program, we'll be going to discuss the next program, that is to check whether the given number is prime or not. Anybody can answer me with logic that how can we check whether the number is prime or not? How can we say that whether the number is prime or not? Anyone? In the maths, we check whether the number is prime or not if the number is divisible by 1 and the number is divisible by itself. That is called the prime number. Am I right or wrong? Which number do you call as a prime number, students? Okay. So in the simple words, in the simple maths, the prime number is the number is only divisible by 1 or by number itself. That is called a prime number. So now moving on towards the program. The um, basic C statements to be included. That is the header file. So how many variables do we need? The one which is loop variable and which will be dividing the number with each and every number. If number is divisible by any other number than 1 and itself, then it's not considered to be a prime number. So we'll be dividing each and every number with each and every other numbers to check whether the number is prime or not. So the loop variable I, then the number which I'm going to take from the user, and the flag variable. And I'm declaring flag as 0. So if I will get the if the number will be divided by any other number from the loop, then flag will be 1. So it will say that the number is not prime. If the flag will be only 0, then the number would be prime. So flag for incrementing or for it is an incrementable variable. Oh, so the statement for taking the n from the user, Anyone can say me what will be the scanf statement for this? You can write into the chat box. Anyone? I'm asking simple scanf statement from you all. That what will be the scanf statement for taking the user input? Now, after taking the n from the user, means after taking the number from the user, what will be my next step? The next step will be to divide number with each number from 1 to n. Can anyone dictate the for loop statement? What will be the for loop statement for this? I'm waiting for your answer. Can anyone dictate the for loop statement? What will be the for loop statement? I'm waiting, students, for your response. I am taking from 1 as any number is not. Sorry for the interruption. It is due to the network issue, network error I'm facing. I less than or equal to n and I plus plus. This is a simple for loop statement. Is my screen visible to all now?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are replying me with this yes ma'am over my screen visibility, then why are you not replying for the program statements? No problem. Moving further, in the for loop, I'll be checking if the number is divisible by any of the I, means any of the other number, and it is equals to 0, then I will increment the flex flag to 1 and will break the loop. So that I got to know that if the number is divisible by any other number, then it is not a prime number. So if flag is equals to 0, then the printf statement will be that the number is a prime number. Else printf number is not a prime number. Anyone is having any doubts till now? I have entered the number 5 and it is said that the number is a prime number. Now for just for the checking, I'm entering the other number, that is 4, and it is said that the number is not a prime number. Any doubts till now? Anyone? Okay, moving on to next. Next is 25th program, that is you need to evaluate the series. That is a power series, 1 raised to 2 plus 2 raised to 2 plus 3 raised to 2 means power of 2 till n. What they have said is n. So n must be any user defined number. So till that number you have to calculate its power of 2 and then print the summation of whole series. So that is an evaluation of a series. basic C syntax that I'm using is including the header files. Then in this, as we need to calculate the power, I'm including the other header file, that is math.h. So what you need to do is, first you need to calculate the power of 2 for each of the number that is coming to I, as well as the loop will be executed till the n. So for each I, you will calculate its power and then you will add for the summation. So declaring the variables, first of all n, loop variable I, then p for storing, calculating the power for each I, and sum to store the summation of whole series. Now in the for loop, what we need to do is I equals to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. The next step, to calculate the power and store it into the n. So we have declared the variable p for storing the calculation of power. So I'm using it a maths function power. So I comma 2. 2 is the power which is going to for every number. So the power of each and every I is 2. So that is p is equals to I into I basically, if we don't use the power function. Then we need to sum. So sum equals to sum plus a, sum plus p, as we have declared p as the to store the power. Equals to percentage d, comma, the output variable sum. Any doubts? I'm giving the n as 7. So till 7 the series will be calculated, 1 raised to 2, 2 raised to 2 till 7 raised to 2, and then its summation will be printed as an output. So answer is equals to 91. Anyone is having any doubt on the logic? Shall I move to the next program? Okay, moving towards the next. In the next program also we need to do the same. We need to calculate the one of the series. The only change is here we were calculating the power. Over here we have to divide each and every number by 1. 1 is constant. We need to divide each and every number by 1 till the n that is user defined. For this program, I'm explaining you the logic and you need to perform, and I'm giving you the time of 10 minutes. So what is the step 1? Step 1 is the variable declaration. How many variables do we need in this? Same as the last program. First n that needs to be taken from the user, then I, the loop variable. Then over there we were storing the power in some of the variable. Over here we need to store the division and then the sum. So the 4 variables that are I, N, D for storing the division, and the sum, which we are initializing the sum with 0. The step 2, you need to take the n from the user step 3, to divide I by 1 by each and every number coming in the loop. So I divide by 1 divide by I, and then you need to sum each and every division. So sum will be equals to sum plus D, as we have stored the division in the D variable. And then you need to, in the last step, you need to print step number 4. In the last step, you need to print the output variable, that is the sum. Is the logic clear to all? I have already given you what you have to do, giving you 10 minutes to perform, and I need everyone's participation. I can say anyone to share their screen. Giving you 10 minutes, please perform it and show me the output. If you have any doubts and any errors in the coming in the program while executing, just let me know in the chat box, or else unmute yourself and ask. Shall I repeat the logic? For the reference, I'm keeping the last program in the shared screen so that you can get to know what you need to do. Only the change you have to do is in this statement, that is you are calculating the power. In the place of power, you need to divide it. So I'm keeping this program for your reference in the screen. Anybody who has performed the practical? Anyone? Students? Any one of you who has done it? Even just tried a single statement? Okay, no problem. So as I said, the only change will be in the one variable, that is was power, and in place of power we are going to divide it. So what we need to do is D is equals to 1 by I. We don't need even the math library as it is simple division. Any doubts till now? I have just changed the one statement, that is in place of power I have divided the number with 1. So n I'm giving it as 5. So 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 and 1 by 5. If I'm giving any other number like 7, then it will go till 7. So the answer is 1. You can check it out by calculating it, or rather I should check it out. Why it is 1? Can anyone say me that why my output came as 1? It is division, no? That should be something like 1.5, 0.5 or any other numbers. Why did I got the output only as 1? As we know that 1 by 2 will be something, the answer will be in point, that will be of 0.5, then 1 by 3, then 1 by 4. Is there any mistake in my program? Can anyone let me know what is the mistake? The only mistake is I have not declared it as float. Now again, I'm executing it. The answer changed. Did you even notice what was the mistake? If I am declaring each and every variable as integer, then it won't count the point values after that. So what will be there? If it is 0.5, it will not, it will only take 0, not the after values, decimal values after point. So the answer was 1, as it won't take 0.5, 0.3 or any other variable, any other division answers that will be stored in D. It will only take the first number, and all the digits after point will not be taken into consideration in the output, as we have declared each and every number as integer. We need to declare it as a float. So that was the thing. I thought anyone you would know that why my answer is 1. Any doubts till now? Okay, moving on to next. In the next program, it is the division of 1 with each and every variable, but it has one more step in it, that we need to now divide it with the factorial of each number coming in the loop. So factorial of I, we need to calculate. So I'm taking the series what is done in the series is 1 divided by the factorial of the number, and then summation of the series. So the same steps you need to perform over here. Can anyone say me how we can calculate the factorial? Can anyone say me how we can calculate the factorial of any number? Students, I'm talking to you all. Can you say me how can we calculate the factorial of a number? I'm waiting for your answers, students. Till the time I come to the step of calculating the factorial, I will need the answer of anyone. So I'm declaring the variables, that is n, I, the loop variable, then one variable to store the factorial, then the other variable to store the division, and to store the sum. Taking the n from the user. Defining the loop, I is equals to 1, I less than n, and I plus plus. Fact is equals to fact into I. It was just a simple statement that fact is equals to fact into I. Now D is equals to 1 by fact. And then sum is equals to sum plus D. And at the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to print the output variable, that is the sum. So answer is %f, comma, the sum variable. And I'm giving it as 8. So answer is 1.7718279. Any doubts till now? So in the next program, we need to do everything, the whole last 3 program together in a single program. What is the series? It is a sum series, that is 1 minus x plus x raised to 2 divided by 2 factorial. So what you need to evaluate the sum series. So the first step is you need to take the x from the user. Then you need to calculate 1 minus x, then x power 2. So x power I, as we over here it is 2, 3, 4 till 9, right? X could be any number. So x raised to I can consider it because it is incrementing 1, 2, 3, 4 till 9. So x raised to I you have to calculate. Then you need to divide x raised to I. So I'm keeping it in a variable. So now what you need to do is divide it. Then you need to calculate the factorial of I. So fact is equals to fact into I. Then you need to divide the answer of x power I and the factorial of I. And then you need to sum it. Sum is equals to sum plus D. What is the only change over here is that if the number is odd, if the I is odd, then you need to subtract. And if the I is even, then you need to add. I'm saying you to perform this first 4 steps till sum plus D. I need everyone to perform till sum plus D. It is 2:10. 10 minutes I'm giving you. Perform it and let me know in the chat box. Only 4 steps I'm giving you to perform, and you already have the reference over here. in the just a before program, just in the last program, we did the factorial, we did the division, and we did the sum. And for the power, only one step you have to add. So perform this 4 steps and let me know. Should I repeat the logic?
बाद में
For the reference, the last program is open and on the screen. So if you have any doubts, just let me know. As I know, everyone is having the answer because most of the people has submitted this experiment file on time before it was being done in this lab session. So you all are having the answers to it. I won't take the name of the persons who have submitted me the assignment number 4. That was till 27th program. So if you have done it in the for the assignment, then of course you would be having the answer. So share your program with me too and discuss what is there in the program. Already I have said the logic.
हाँ कोई
If anyone is having any doubts, then let me know. I'm writing here the basic structure and the basics of the code till the time you perform. Okay, so pay attention here, students. So till now what we have done is that we have taken the for loop and calculated the effect and divided. So one step left, that is to calculate the power. So power I am storing into the p variable and declaring it. So now p is equals to power x comma I as given in the series, that we have to do x and I. This would be the I for us as 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be our loop. And the factorial of I. Then over here, I need to divide p by set, that is stored in the division variable, and sum plus t. So now what we have to do is, if the number is even, then we need to add this. And if the number is odd, then we need to subtract it, right? So for that, the logic is, if we need to check whether the number is odd or even. So what is the simple logic? If I divided by 2 equal to 0, then this will be executed. The steps. Else, the same steps, but the different logic. But I will store the factorial in some other variable, that is s, as we need to subtract. And over here I will be doing it minus s. Any doubts till now what I have done? Anyone? Okay, it is a redeclaration. I've already declared it before. As I've copy pasted it, so yes, there may be some error. I'm entering less than 9 because our series is still 9. So answer is 200. Any doubts till now? Anyone? Moving ahead to the patterns. The only one pattern I'm going to do. So you choose which pattern you want me to perform. This is something, the error in the PDF. This three stars are in the middle after this two stars, and over here also that is somewhat the print errors by the GTU. So it is the 29th practical. So you say me uh, which one pattern you need me to perform, and for the other pattern I will give you the logic. You decide which you want me to perform. Other two patterns are need to be performed by you in the next lab session. As we are having timing this session, so we will perform it in this session only. Can anyone answer me which pattern should I perform from the three of it? First, second, or third? This is your choice. I am giving you a choice. Come on, students, at least answer me with the choice. I am not asking you what is the logic of printing the pattern. So this is the second pattern. Then the first pattern I'm drawing here. So you answer me which pattern you want me to perform. No problem. I'm going to perform this first pattern, means the middle, in which you are going to print the stars in the middle. So this is all about the row and the space for the pattern, that for how many rows you want and how much space you want to keep for each for printing the pattern. You need to print the stars in some of the pattern. So in how you can decide that in the first row there should be only one star, in the other row 2 stars, so that is your eyes. The number of rows, that many times that many rows of star will come. If it is first row, then the first star. If it is second row, then the 2 stars. So what, so on which the stars will depend upon, on the number of row. Means if the number of row is 6, then there would be six stars in the row. And then the other thing is to arrange it in some pattern. So what is it? It is in the middle. So on the two sides, there would be some space given to it. So hash include header files, that is std .h, then integer main, then we return 0, declaring the variables. So integer, first variable will be the loop variable I, as we need to calculate how many rows will be there. So the other will be row, comma, the space, and j, that is to the loop variable. One loop will be for the row, another loop will be for the space. So first loop will be executed till the rows, that how many rows I need. So I is equals to 0, I less than rows, I plus plus. Now the other loop for space. So space is equals to 1, then the space will also be less than or equal to rows SC over here, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, and then the next 5, and then space plus plus. So over here it is for space, so I will be giving the space in my printf, double quotes, 1 space. And the next for loop will be for printing the stars, as we haven't printed the star till now. So the output we need, that is for stars. So for that, the other variable j is equals to 0, j less than I, and j plus plus. So over here, what will be in the printf? That is as we need the star in the middle, I'm keeping the space again over here. So it will print in the middle. For each other patterns you need to pick, there will be only change in this statement or else in the space statement. So this will be for your reference, so you can perform the other practicals. So the next row should be in the new line. So for that, I'm taking as a print n. Once the whole loop will be executed. If the end, when I will be plus plus, at that time you will be getting new row in a new line. If I don't keep the selection over here, this whole will be in the one line. So for that I'm keeping, when it is new row, it will be in the next line. Printf, I need to take the double quotes, enter number of rows, scanf %d, comma m% row. Five rows. See, the selection effect you are getting over here is. So if I don't keep the selection, then this way the answer sorry for the interruption you got. So here is the output. Any doubts anyone is having? Any doubts? So now we are having time till 3:15. Each and everyone has to do this two remaining patterns by their own. At the end of the session, I will let you know how it is to be performed, but first you need to perform both the patterns. Logic will be same as this, only you need to arrange the space. Means the only change will be there in this loop. As it was in the middle, now it is in the from the beginning, and then it is starting in the from the end. So the only change will be in the space. You are not allowed to leave the session. I didn't say that you should leave the session. So I'm giving you the time till 3, not 3, 3:10. So till 3:10, you all need to perform this 2 pattern. And if you have any doubt in the logic or anything, you can just say to me. You have to arrange only the space and row. Rows, you know that the row, till the row your loop will be there. So in this given, it is the 5 rows as per the pattern. So enter the number of rows, then row, then you need to arrange the space. Space equals to 1 and row minus I. You need to arrange the space. Then again, this loop will be same, and the slash n will be same as the new row should be printed and the new line. So slash n. So whatever change you need to do, that you need to do in the space for loop. You need to arrange the space for each and every pattern. If you have any doubt, just let me know in the chat box. So you are having time till 3:10. Perform it. If those who have performed both the patterns can leave the meeting after showing me the output. Else in the end, I will show you the code, or I will let you. I will make the changes in this and show you that how that will be performed. So your time starts now. Starts performing. Whoever will be there till the end of the session, their attendance will be counted. So start performing.